A murder accused Zane Kilian is back in court this morning. He'll now face charges relating to the illegal tracking of well-known criminal lawyer William Booth. He also allegedly submitted fraudulent documents to the court. Kilian is currently the only suspect arrested for the murder of anti-gang unit section head Charl Kinnear. If you remember, he was gunned down outside his home last month. Well, Ayesha Ismail has been following the story for us. Let's catch up on the latest. Ayesha, good morning. So, wow, Zane Kilian, the charges just keep coming. Explain this latest one to us with regard to lawyer William Booth.
Good morning, Yuveka. Yes, we were taken by surprise yesterday when we were all gathered at the Bellville Regional Court for the bail application to be heard for Zane Kilian. And then we were told that there would be no bail application because, firstly, the magistrate who was assigned to hear the bail application was not available, and he'll only be available on the 27th of November. But then, of course, there was the surprise that Zane Kilian will now be facing added charges. And these added charges include the attempted murder on well-known criminal lawyer William Booth. Now, we know that earlier this year, in fact in April, about 6 people were caught outside the house of William Booth. They fired several shots, and fortunately he was not injured. And some people have been arrested in connection with this attack on William Booth. And of course, then yesterday we heard that Zane Kilian has now been arrested also in connection with the pinging and tracking of William Booth's phone. At the same time, Yuveka, he's also being charged for fraud, and this relates to a document that was handed into the court at one of his previous hearings. The document was handed in by his advocate Eckhart Russerman, who said that this document proves that his client Zane Kilian is a registered private investigator. And when eNCA called CIRA, the Private Security Investigating Regulatory Authority, they confirmed to us that Zane Kilian was not registered with them. We also called the company that was listed on the certificate where he supposedly did his training. They also then said to us that they have no knowledge of this man. Zane Kilian was never a student at their institution, and they don't know where he got the certificate from. And so there are 2 added charges, one of conspiracy to commit murder with regards to William Booth, as well as fraud with regards to the supposedly fraudulent document that was handed into court by his advocate.
And one would imagine that his lawyer, would have done those checks and before actually submitting such documents to the court as well. So that might be another issue. Ayesha, at this stage, do we know whether there was any link between William Booth and Charl Kinnear, the anti-gang unit top cop who was killed, that the same person, that Zane Kilian, is apparently linked or is involved in both of these? First, that attempt on William Booth's life earlier this year, and then now the murder of Charl Kinnear. Was there any link between the two?
Unfortunately, Yuveka, I'm not able to answer that question, but you will know that William Booth has represented a number of high flyers over many years. He is a well-known criminal lawyer, and of course we know that Lieutenant Charl Kinnear was a top investigator with the anti-gang unit. Whether there is a connection, I don't know. What will be interesting is to see, once this trial really takes off, the information, the evidence that will come out of here. But right now, we just heard the sirens earlier. Zane Kilian has been brought to court, so he's going to be appearing quite soon, and these will be on the new charges with regards to the fraud charge and also the conspiracy to commit murder.